Welcome to the world of Flip videos. This is an introductory video about what to expect this year with the Flip Math Classroom. It's a fairly new concept. This is my second full year of doing it. I've done it about 2 1/3 years now, and I think that you will enjoy it once you kind of know what to expect. First of all, my name is Kim Hebner. And I've been teaching math now for looking at 15 years. Let's look at here. What is a flip video? I mean, that's an odd term. A flip video is one where the classroom is kind of flipped backwards a little bit. It's a video in which the teacher makes it. It's a teacher-made video. It's not like looking at the Khan Academy videos on YouTube, if you've ever seen any of those. It contains information, concepts, vocabulary words, instructions, explanations for what the child is currently learning in class. The child looks at it to keep them accountable. They have a homework guide, and we'll discuss that later. The instructional approach is really a good one in that what the child used to do for homework is now in the classroom, and what used to be in the classroom to a small degree is now done at home. What it does is it gives the child a chance to have some prior knowledge about the concept or the subject before they come to class the next day, and therefore it's not like brand new information to them. And then in class, when we have this extra time, we can actually apply what we've been learning, what we've discussed, what we've had on the video the night before, and we can actually do something with it. And it's not like worksheet, worksheet, worksheet. There's a lot of other things that we can do. We work in groups. There's a lot of cooperative learning. There's projects. There's little tasks that they work together to do. But it's more application than me just talking and the child sitting there all, absorbing everything like a sponge, which we know they don't always do. All right? And you might be thinking, why on earth would anybody completely do this? Well, I flipped at about year 31, 30 and a half, something like that, and I've been teaching 33 years. So why would I just suddenly decide to do this? Well, I've been giving it some thought over time that this really bothered me. I felt like I was lecturing too much in class. I was talking, kids were sitting, there wasn't enough time to apply what they were learning to do. People learn a lot by doing and using their new knowledge. And I felt like I was doing too much talking. Because I was doing too much talking, I felt like there wasn't enough time for kids to actually ask questions. And sometimes they would think I don't get this, but they wouldn't speak up because they didn't know enough or feel comfortable enough to ask a question about it. So now with some prior knowledge, they have questions. They have some things that they think, I really don't get this. I just need a little bit more help with this or with that. I wasn't reaching all of my students. The kids who were the upper level students were bored, truly bored. They weren't sleeping, they weren't being rude, but you could tell they were tuned out. They answered my questions politely, but they weren't really there in the classroom. My lower level kids, they were also lost. Some would actually put their head on their desk. Some, they would talk. They would try to draw. They would, you knew that their attention was not with you. The people I was really aiming at and reaching were the kids right in the middle, who this was kind of new information for them, and they were not really familiar with it, and they were kind of interested. Knew their parents wanted them to be interested, and just like all the other kids, but it wasn't all of my kids, and I wanted to make sure that I was reaching as many as humanly possible. And the last thing was I wanted to align my instruction more with what the Common Core math standards expected. The Common Core standards wanted less less worksheets, less drill and kill, an old saying. More, how do you use this? What's it good for? How do you apply it? That kind of thing. Solving problems, thinking critically. And this fell right into place with alignment with the Common Core math standards. So it was really, I knew immediately that this was something I was really going to have to do, and it's turned out to be really, really a good thing. So you might be thinking, if your child is assigned a flip video for homework, what do they do? Well, first of all, they get the assignment. They know what the name of the video is. They also get the link in case they want to go straight to it. All of my videos are uploaded to YouTube. You can go to it there, or I have a page that they are embedded into YouTube, and they don't even have to go on YouTube to search. All they have to do is click to get to that. They can watch it on a computer, and this can be a computer with internet or not, no internet. It can be on a tablet like an iPad or a Kindle Fire. If you do this, I would recommend that you get the app for YouTube, and your videos will actually play. Sometimes they won't even play without the app. That's what I would recommend. An iPod Touch, which accesses the internet, a smartphone. It's small, but it's clear as a bell. It's really good. It can be a game system such as Xbox, PlayStation, that kind of thing, or a DVD player, because I do put it on DVD. Now, what if you have none of these things, not even a DVD player, you have nothing? Not a problem. The child can come to my room the very next day before school starts in the morning. I have 3 computers in the room, and I can set them up at a computer, and they can watch it and do the homework then, if they'll be honest about it. Sometimes students aren't honest, and then they'll come to class and say, oh, by the way, I didn't watch this, or we didn't have internet, or something like that. You know, we had a storm last night, and our internet was knocked out. I understand that. It happens to me too. Be honest with me and come in the next morning before school starts, and you won't have a mark taken off of the chart. So that shows that you didn't do your homework. So come in and you can watch it then and get everything that everybody else gets. Also, what's cool about these is that students can watch these videos as much as they want. If they want to watch it 3 times because they think, I have no clue what she just said. Or if they think, I get the beginning, I get the end, this middle part here, I don't get this. They can replay 3, 4, 5 minutes of it. Only what they need. And it's there. It's there anytime. It's there if you want to review it before a test. It's there if you're doing some homework a month down the road, and you get a question that you think, I don't remember this because we did it, but I remember that, but I don't remember exactly how to do it. You can pull it up, and there it is. It is so convenient. It's like having this tutor always there when you need it. So they also will complete a homework guide. Now you may be thinking as a parent, do I have to watch all of these too? No, this is really your child's accountability. This is your child's homework. However, if you're interested in what we're doing, if you're wondering how are they teaching this nowadays, or I don't even know what they're doing, hey, I get it. I went to school in the 60s. This is nothing like what I was taught back in the 60s and 70s. So if you want to look at it and see how we're teaching it now, because it is pretty different in some ways, you're welcome to look at it anytime. My class is transparent. You can tell what we're doing, how I'm doing it, what your child is doing. But no, you're not required to watch it at all. Not at all. All right, now speaking of the homework guide, what is a homework guide? This is what keeps the child accountable. This is what they will turn in the next day, and I can pretty much tell when a child has done it or watched the video or not, because it's pretty noticeable. There is a 4-paneled sheet that they will get. They all look the same. The only thing that's different at the top is the title of the video and the link for it, in case you want to search for it. This first panel is always the same. It's called Real World Connections. What this is how does this concept, or how does this subject, how does this topic relate to the real world? Who would use this? What kind of job would you use it with? What kind of instance would you use it in, or circumstance? But really, I'm trying to get the child to think, how does this make sense with what we do in real life? Because if you're like me, there were plenty of things I learned in class that I thought, how does this even relate to me? I want to relate this to my students. The second part of it is called Vic's Very Important Concept, or vocabulary words. It's hard to understand what I'm talking about if you don't know what the words mean. And sometimes math has a very specific vocabulary. So it may be either a concept we're learning, like what does it mean, volume? What does it mean when you're trying to find order of operations, or what does it mean when you're multiplying, repeated addition? Vocabulary words, this is where they put it here. They write the word down in the definition. Practice problems. I always have some practice problems in the video. This is where they'll write them. There's usually 2, 3, at the most 4, but no more than that. And they write the problem, work it out, and give me the answer. This can kind of tell me if they're on track. Did they really see the video? Are they using a system or a strategy that was presented in the video or not? If they get the wrong answer, if I can see what happened when I look at their work, then that gives me some information too on how to proceed. The last panel is questions, concerns, comments. Sometimes I get things like, I don't understand any of this. Sometimes they'll say, I get it a little bit because I remember some from 4th grade, but I need to hear it again. And sometimes I hear things like, this is so easy, I totally get it, I could teach this to somebody. Or I love this, I get that sometimes too. And then this is what they turn in the next day. If they absolutely have no questions, comments, concerns, nothing, this part can be blank. But these 3 parts should never be blank. Never, ever, ever. This one could be, if necessary. So I, again, want to welcome you to my Flip Math class, and I think we're going to have a really good year. I love teaching math, and I love teaching what there is to offer out there and learning new things and bringing it to my students. You can always contact me if you need me, either by going to my email here with Carteret County. I have a website also that you can access on the school's website. If you go to departments to 5th grade, there's my website there. And of course, you can always call the school and leave a message. But after hours, I check my email several times a night, so I'll be accessible and able to answer your questions then. All right? Thanks. Bye-bye.